Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, your first stop for insane Starfield gameplay. Time for another episode of the SSOS, that's Slack Squadron of Outrageous Starships. While everybody and their monkey's uncle is building Titanic-sized late-game ships, typically 3 stories tall, 4 city blocks wide, and 5 city blocks long, I decided to go in the opposite direction for my most recent late-game ship build. Introducing the SSOS Spitbeam. This ship is only slightly larger than the Frontier, the tiny starter ship you get way back at the beginning of the game, and yet the Spitbeam has 1300 hull, 1600 shield, 2500 cargo space, 27 light year jump, and 8 kick-ass particle beam weapons that pretty much blow away everything in the galaxy without breaking a sweat. And the best part is it only costs about 250,000 credits to build. Yeah, it's a real cheap build. Why did I do this? Well, those of you following this walkthrough have seen me gradually transition to a workshop on the ground approach to Starfield gameplay. So my main workshop with all the crafting stations is now down on the ground at my XP money farm at Bezel 3B. And I don't really get into the whole crew thing in Starfield, so I was thinking, why do I need a big ship? Let's go in the opposite direction, trim all the fat, and build the most compact late game ship imaginable. Only the bare essentials. Good hull, good shield, reasonable cargo space, blistering firepower, a place to sleep to recover health, and that's it. This ship's singular purpose is to roam the galaxy with reckless abandon and destroy anything that gets in its way. Alright, that's the plan. Let's do it. Hold up here, hold up, stop the presses, Major Slack R&D just handed me a blueprint for an ultra-compact late-game ship that is actually 5 meters shorter than the Spitbeam, has double the cargo space, more shield, and more options regarding cost and mobility. Alright, well, too late in the day to change the intro. Let's just Frankenstein this new build onto the original intro and call it a day. Alright, let's roll.
Major Slack Attack.
Alright, the Slack is back. Sorry for my absence. A lot going on in my personal life lately. I had to step back from YouTube and take care of business. Alright, so I'm back. And yeah, let's do this ultra mega compact late game ship build, the SSOS Killer B. And we're going to start out by going to the Sol system, Saturn, the moon of Saturn, Titan, and New Homestead. Okay, so I'm using my biplane. Been using it for a while. Here's my beautiful biplane. Yeah, we're gonna go in the opposite direction. First things first.
Hey, what can I do for you? Sure, how about it?
What do we use as a base? I figured out the best thing to use as a base is this Crimson Fleet White. You want something with a good reactor. That's basically the main thing. You want something with a good reactor. At least, I believe 27 power in the reactor. Check that. 37 power in the reactor. Alright, so if you got a ship that has that can provide you that, that'll be perfect. Let me just take a look at the reactor on this one, because I'm using the original reactor. It's buried in there somewhere. Here's the Docker, grab drive. Here we go. Nope, I'm not using the original reactor. We're going to be using the Theta Pinch D9 reactor. Okay, so that's not an issue. That's already factored into the price. Very good. Alright, so first things first. We're going to make this our home ship. Your mileage may vary. Choose a ship with a good reactor. If you can't find a good ship with a good reactor, don't worry about it. And we are here for some good landing bays. We want these NG20 landing, not landing bay, landing gear. NG20 landing gear. And on this particular ship, I'm going to delete this. These 2 braking engines are going to add this here, the NG20 landing gear 4. One there, and we're going to duplicate it and add another one here. And we're going to delete these 2 landing gear and add the same thing here, except the wide version. Okay, so NG20 go to the wide variant and add one there, and another one there. All right, next, engines. We want a good thrust to mass ratio. This particular Crimson Fleet offers the South 6110 engines. They're pretty good, but we can do a little better. So I'm going to delete this, and here you have an option for this particular build. The Poseidon engines tend to offer the best thrust per mass ratio. That's what you're looking for. Looking for engines that offer high thrust and low mass. This is almost like, quite frankly, it is a 10-to-1 thrust to mass ratio. So this is pretty much the best engine in the game for that particular stat. You could go with the best one, like top of the line, or this build, you can get away with this one here, the Poseidon DD210 as well. This will offer lower mobility, but you still have no mobility issues, but the mobility be down around 52, 53 for this. And personally, I find ships handle better with low mobility. Even though it's not going to go into the low mobility warning, it will be around 52. This will offer you like 100 top of the line mobility. So if that's what you like flying with, go with this. But I'm going to go with these because I like lower mobility. Okay, and these will also save you 44,000 on the build. So let's just duplicate that, put this over here. And that's all we want from this location here. All systems nominal. And we're going to exit. Exit. And now we're going to go to the shipbuilder on our landing pad back at our Bezel 3B XP money farm. So zoom out over here, Bezel 3B XP money farm. If you're not following this walkthrough, just go to well, hopefully you built yourself a landing pad with a shipbuilder on it at one of your outposts. Alright, let's get it straight. What's going on? I am at level 75. As long as you're past level 60, that's okay. I have piloting rank 4, and I have starship design rank 4, and I have payloads rank 4. Alright. That will dictate what kind of parts are available to you. Let's start making the build. Alright, let's gonna go here, ship builder, select everything by double clicking, and delete the entire ship. And we're gonna start with landing base. There we go. The best one is the Hope 4 landing base. Slap that sucker on. And here we're gonna add a hab. Habs, we want the Nova Galactic 2x1B. Nova Galactic all-in-one berth 2x1B. Alright? Cockpits, you have your choice. I'm just gonna go with my favorite. My favorite is the Samurai. If you want a little more cargo space, I would go with the Daimyo Enhanced Cockpit. But I'm gonna go with the Samurai because I don't really care that much about cargo space. Next. What's next, Mr. Laptop? The cargo. Flanking the pardon me, flanking the front end of the halves. Let's go to cargo. I'm gonna go top of the line. Way down here. Top of the line Gallon S204 cargo, offering a whopping 1480 cargo space each. Plus we got the payload skills, so let's just duplicate that, put another one on the other side. Next. Swing on around. We're going to put a couple cowlings in the front over the structural. These Nova cowlings. These ones right here. Nova cowling 1L2F. 1LTF rather. And let's just duplicate that. Put one over here. Next. Landing gear. the landing gear that we bought at New Homestead should still be available. It's in the original build. Let's go to gear. Here we go. This gear right here. Slap this underneath the cowling. Another one over here. And underneath the cargo, you're going to put the wide version of this same gear. Okay? Over to wide. This will put an attach point on the side there. And another one. Wide. Very good. Not even sure that's necessary. But it will give you more options. Next. Docker. Let's go with the cheapest one, the extender port 200 Docker top. Next, shield. We're going to go top the line. All the way down to the bottom. And you're looking for this one here, the Assurance SG 1800 shield, offering a whopping 1600 shield max health. Okay, top of the line. You get what you pay for. Next, I'm going to use the original fuel tank on this ship. That's optional, and I'm going to slap this on the rear. That would be the 600T HE3 tank, and as you see, it's got the plus sign beside it. So that's the original fuel tank. Slap that sucker on. It's flush. Next, grab drive. I'm going to use the original grab drive. And let me just go up here and freeload this grab drive. This would be the NG300. That's the one that's got the plus sign beside it. There we go. Nope. There we go. On the other side, we'll put the reactor. I'm going to put the original reactor. No, we're going to put a new reactor. That's right, I already corrected myself on that. The reactor, basically we want to get good hull out of it. As you can see, this has 1215 hull. You can get better hull out of this one here, the SF40 sheared flow reactor. The only problem with this is there's no attach points in the back, and we need that. So we have to compromise and go with this one. 1315 versus 1215. Slap that sucker there. And finally, the engines. I decided to go with the cheap engines for lower mobility. Okay, so let's look for the plus sign, the Poseidon, the cheap Poseidons. There they are. The Poseidon's DT210. Okay. Okay, and I don't want it there. Let's move it up one like that. Duplicate it, put one on the other side. Beautiful. I just love this thing. It's a little, like a little bug. Okay, and at this point, no errors, just missing weapons. It will pass the flight check. Let's slap some weapons on it. Okay, we're gonna put a couple of Horizon weapon mounts on the side of the cargo holds. So over to structural, all the way to the top, Horizon weapon mount. Another one on the other side, Horizon weapon mount. And we're going to put a couple of equipment plates on top of the cargo holds. One there. Let's duplicate that, put one over here. Okay? Okay, so Horizon weapon mounts on either side. And equipment plates on top. Next, we're going to load this sucker up with particle beams. And I made a kind of a discovery with particle beam weapons. It's not about the highest damage, it's actually about the DPS. So I've been let's start with just to demonstrate here. Over to weapons. The best particle beam weapon available would be this one right here, the PB300 Alpha Beam. Does a whopping 53.29 damage, but the fire rate is only 1.5 as compared to the PB175 Helion Beam. Okay, the damage is lower, but the fire rate is higher. So this actually gives you more DPS than the other one. So let's go with these. I'm going to put it on the side of the Horizon weapon mounts, right there. And let's duplicate that. Put another one. Come on, baby. You know you want to. You know you want. There we go. Okay. And let's just duplicate this and put them on the other side. Same thing here. There we go. So we got 4 times PB175 Helion beams. Each with a maximum of 3 power. So we used up all the power in that particular weapon slot. So now we're going to have to go for another one. Here, same thing. You could go with the PB300, but the PB100 neutron beam, it has the same fire rate as the 175s. So when you fire both weapon systems at once, they'll fire in unison, which is great. And the DPS is just slightly lower than the 300s. So I would go with these, even though the 300s actually have higher damage per shot. But these have an almost comparable DPS, so I would go with these. So let's put 4 of these suckers on. One there. Duplicate that, one over here. And we're going to put 2 on the front here. So duplicate this, one there. And duplicate this, one there. And that's our build. That is the Killer Bee. Flight check. Oh, we just have to assign weapons. 175s in the primary weapon and the 100s as the secondary weapon. And that's it. We're good. Mobility is 54. No mobility warning. We're just above the low mobility warning. If you put the Poseidon DT 320s, I think you can crank the mobility up to 100. So if that's what you're into, like I said, if you want high mobility, you think it handles better with high mobility, I would go for the better engines. But I personally think that, I think ships handle better in Starfield with low mobility. And that's it. We just have to color it, like paint it and name it. So let's paint it. Let's rename it first. And we're going to call it the SSOS Killer Bee. I would put, spell out B, but there's not enough space. Besides, I think it's really cool to just call it the Killer capital B. Alright. And let's paint it like a Killer Bee. Gonna go with all black for color 1. Set that in. Now we got the color swatch. We can use all black for color 2. And for color 3, let's go with this orange color here. Done and done. There we go. There's our SSOS Killer Bee. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. So it's got 1600 shield, 1300 hull. And we can bump the shield up to 1900 when we take Vasco on as a crew member. And just the weapons are just devastating. With all the weapons at 2.5 fire rate. And you fire them all at once. They just destroy everything. And look at the price tag, people. 210,000 plus what I spent earlier at I bought the engines, right? So I guess it's around 300,000 altogether. Yeah, but This is actually shorter than the Frontier, the original ship you get way back at the beginning of the game. The Frontier is 20 meters long. This is 17 meters long. The Frontier is only 11 meters wide. But yeah. Ultra compact, late game, killer ship. So we're done here. Exit. Accept. Let's take it up. Let's go into some safe space here and adjust the power systems. Actually, I first want to take on Vasco. Can we do that here? Maybe. Yep, we can take on Vasco. This will give us an extra power and more shield. So confirm. Oh, needs some repairs. And there is an issue with this ship, this Crimson Fleet ship. I have no idea how this happened. If anybody has any ideas how to fix this without having to mod the game. I don't want to have to mod the game, or I don't want to use any console commands either. But this ship has 2 UC security members on it.
Hello.
I don't know how or why this happened.
Yes?
But I don't know how to get rid of these guys. I notice it only happens with this ship, the Crimson Fleet White. If I use another ship, that doesn't happen. How do I get rid of these guys without using console commands or mods? Anybody have any idea? Post a comment. Alright, so let's take it up. Into space. I don't want to go into space here. Let's go into safe space so I can set up everything first. So let's go to Alpha Centauri.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Okay, so there you go. You can see both particle beam weapon systems are maxed out, and we only need 1 bar in engine because that's the way I like to operate. The shield is maxed out. We have 1 spare bar for grab jumping away. So, and check out the fire rate on these weapons, firing both weapons at once. And they never, ever run out. They're just devastating. Let's take it over to Serpentis and pick a fight. Start off with Serpentis 3. Alright, Killer Bee. You're on deck. Okay, I'll just have to hang around here for a moment or two, and some ships are going to appear. Never fails. Here, bad guy. Here we go. Is that all you got? What else you got? There we go. Number 32, that's what I'm talking about. What else you got? Huh? No sweat. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with the loot. Let's go somewhere else. Serpentis 4. Just keep jumping back and forth between these planets. And check that out. It's a beautiful sight. One thing I love about it is that it's a low profile. It covers that, like, takes up very little screen space. In chase cam mode, that is. There we go, level 64. Bye bye. Level 54. Bye-bye. Huh? Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right, don't you forget it. So there we go. There's your ultra compact, kick-ass late game ship. Let's have a little rest stop. Back at the lodge. Oh yeah, and let's just take a look at the stats here. There you go. So with Vasco on board, we're sporting 1920 shield, 1308 hull, 4700 cargo. So just huge cargo. And 38 reactor. It's ready for late game because it's more than 21 light year jump. So it's ready. Ready. It can kick ass. Yeah. I love this little ship. Little Killer B. The SSOS Killer B. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.